Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and there's a link to my Ko-fi account in the description, so if you're able to support the channel that way, it is greatly appreciated. So today we are running a little bit of Izzet Rona combo, or Vivi combo, many ways of describing this combo deck, because it can win along quite a lot of different kind of axes, and we have played something not dissimilar to this in the past. Essentially, you're looking to just loop Mox Ambers with Retraction Helixes and just close out the game that way. So the way the combo works is you need something like Valley Floodcaller or which can win the game by itself. So we'll start with this one. So this is the 2/2 with Flash that says you can cast non-creature spells. So they had Flash, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, and rats, you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Untap them. So if you have the ability to attack kind of without the opponent blocking, then you can just form an infinitely large Valley Floodcaller, or however large you need it, by targeting it with Retraction Helix and just bouncing and replaying Mox Amber over and over again. Each time the Valley Floodcaller will get +1/+1. And eventually it'll close out the game. Now, if you have Vivi on the battlefield, you don't even need to attack, because each time you do that, Vivi will ping the opponent for 1 and get slightly bigger. So you can win that way. Rona does a similar sort of thing. Again, if you have Vivi on the battlefield, this one doesn't do it by itself, because it doesn't get bigger every time you cast the legendary spell, in this case still Mox Amber. But if you have something like a Coast Steelcutter or a Vivi on the battlefield, then you can win the game that way by just making infinitely large monk tokens, or by attacking, as I say, with or just by pinging them down with Vivi. And then there are kind of other ways that the deck can win that are less combo. I mean, it's got 4 Cory Steelcutters, which is a kind of win condition by itself. Storm Chaser's Talent does a similar sort of thing. You know, these two cards combined create a lot of tokens, all with prowess. A deck like this can cast a lot of cheap non-creature spells and quickly close out the game that way. But yeah, primarily we're looking to assemble our combo pieces and do that. So aside from all of our combo bits, the rest of the deck is kind of just allowing us to assemble it and also do other things like cast lots of non-creature spells and trigger Vivi. So Sleight of Hand, Consider, Stock Up, these are all Thundertrap Trainer, these are all ways of just assembling our combo pieces. Magic Damper is a way of protecting it from any interaction that the opponent might have. But yeah, once we kind of get all of the pieces assembled, it is quite easy to close out the game, particularly if the opponent's tapped out. And we've kind of got the things that we need to make it happen. Obviously, the opponent will be able to interact. Valley Floodcaller having Flash does provide some resilience against that, but you do really need your Rona to survive a turn cycle, so you can start using the tap ability. So yeah, there are, as I say, a few different ways that this deck can win, and it'll be interesting to see if it can do it consistently. You can, if you particularly want to, while doing the Rona thing, or any of these really, kind of generate infinite mana with the Mox Amber, which may come in handy. You might need some mana, for example, to equip the Cory Steelcutter, or to kind of fire up the Storm Chaser's talents. It's kind of incidental in a lot of cases, because it's the pings or the creature that is going to close out the game, but you can do the infinite mana thing as well, if you particularly want to, or have a reason to. 20 lands, I believe, just because the deck does draw through quite a lot of cards, so you don't need a huge number of lands. Mutavault, being an otter, as it's all creature types, does give us some additional redundancy. So, you know, with the otter tokens, the Valley Floodcaller and the Mutavaults, we'll often have, even if the opponent can block one of our otters, well, we'll just have more than one that's getting bigger every time we loop Mox Amber. So yeah, there are ways around that particular problem as well. In terms of the sideboard, Tormod's Crypt is just another card that you can do infinite bouncing with Retraction Helix, and one of our kind of self-untappers, but is also graveyard hate if we need it. Into the Floodmoor, just some tempo for getting a blocker out the way or doing whatever we need to do. Unable to Scream is shutting down those particularly annoying creatures that the opponent might have. Chandra's Defeat, stopping red, negate Mystical Disputes, some counterspell interaction. Nasa Pastor of Veil, shutting down the opponent's draws. as well as being a planeswalker which can assemble our combo pieces by itself. Ral Crackling Wit is an interesting one. Similarly, is there to kind of generate otters, can draw us some cards as well. And yeah, you can kind of go infinite with this as well, and it turns all of your instants and sorcery spells into Storm. You might need it. It's an interesting sideboard card. It's just another kind of route to victory. And then this town ain't big enough. It's a great tempo card, self-bounce for things like Storm Chaser's Talent, and can protect our combo in a pinch if the opponent looks like they're going to interact with it as well. So yeah, that's the deck. I don't normally play a lot of combo decks, but this one's relatively linear and should win the game quite quickly. So it's not like infinite game actions or like with Lotus Field, where you just have to sit there while your opponent durdles. So I will do it as quickly as I can to spare our opponents their feelings. But yeah, that is the deck. Let's take it onto the ladder. Yeah, this is a keep. Sleight of Hand can get us another land if we need it to. We hope. Okay, that's not necessary. I think I will use it anyway, because I don't quite have all of my combo bits here. Okay, Valley Floodcaller will do quite nicely. The good thing about a deck like this is that it looks like Phoenix right up until the point that it doesn't. And that's usually when you win the game. Okay, the opponent's on Mono Black Devotion. Demon Wall, huh? Okay, so we've got our combo now. So I think let's put Rona into play. And we'll stick a Mox Amber into play. Sleight of Hand and look for a third land, just in case we need it. What does this do? As long as this creature has a counter on it, it can attack as though it is a defender. Okay, I've not seen this before. Interesting. Yeah, I was going to assume the opponent had removal there. So I'm just going to wait with the Floodcaller now. No, they don't want to do it. Okay. In which case I should consider. No, let's get rid of that. Okay, that's good. So we can bait out some more removal. Thunder Trap. And just pick up. Let's pick up a Storm Chaser's Talent, I think, just because that gives us some additional redundancy in our combo. And now the opponent doesn't really know where to look when it comes to... Okay, that's fine. So we can win from here. So yeah, I'll play Vivi. Stick the Retraction Helix on Rona. Now we can just do the thing. As I say, we could generate mana while we're doing this, but there isn't much point as we're just going to win like this. So I'll go through the combo the first time and then I'll kind of shorten it in future iterations. Maybe the opponent's hoping I'll time out. I don't think I will when they've got this much life. Let's say I could be generating mana here, which I could use to pump up my to level up my Storm Chaser's talent. But there we are. Okay, they got the message. Okay, so they know what I'm doing now, which does add some challenges. So the opponent's on a sort of mono-black devotion deck, so I think this town ain't big enough is a good answer to some of their interaction, as is negate. I think Into the Floodmaw can potentially bounce one of their annoying blockers as well. Magic Damper is good. What do I want rid of here? Quarry Steelcutter is probably decent. Black struggles to answer artifacts and enchantments, same as Storm Chaser's talent. Let's trim a couple of stock ups. Maybe a sleight of hand as well. Become a little bit more controlling. Yep, this looks good to me. We have been blessed with a lack of the opponent playing Thoughtseize. I think I will play Mox Amber now just to get it out of my hands. As I say, the opponent does struggle to answer artifacts. And a Demon Wall back again. Okay. Quarry Steelcutter's pretty good. So yeah, let's just get that into play. Now we got a few different ways we can win. So I still need a Retraction Helix. And the opponent's gone Annex, okay. I mean, I could just go Steel Cutter crazy here. I think let's start with that as a plan. Vivi doesn't actually do what we need here. Let's get rid of it. Okay. We might just naturally draw a Retraction Helix. And the good thing is Retraction Helix can get blockers out of the way if you have other non-creature spells that you can cast. Another Annex, huh? Okay, well... we'd actually better start getting on with this. Vivi again. Okay, well that's fine. Let's put Vivi into play. Follow it up with a Consider. No to Mutavault, I think. Now let's just start doing some damage. No, my life total's looking a little sketchy here, to be honest. This Demon Wall still being there is draining me for 4 every turn. Ooh, that's quite risky with their life total. Interesting. Okay, so how are we going to do this? So they don't have a demon yet, so I still actually have some time. So I think let's stock up and hope we can find what we need. Yeah, so there's Retraction Helix. And also a land, I think, is fine. So there's a question here about whether I want to... Do I shock this in just to get some more prowess triggers? I don't think I need to. Let's just pass the turn. See what the opponent does. Okay. Interesting. Negate with Floodcaller is actually pretty nice. So yeah, I think we can pass the turn here. I'm still alive. Oh, that's not good. Is there anything I can do about that? Because if I'm going to take 4 here, and then if I draw, I'll just die. So Floodcaller... I'd have to lose my Retraction Helix, is the problem. Unless I bounce shield... Yeah, what I'll have to do is bounce Shieldred before my draw step. So yeah, I'll put a stop on my upkeep. Shoot. Now that I can't do anything about, because I'll just double lose to the Helix, so... Basically, I think what I've got to do is play the Floodcaller, do the bounce thing, and just hope I draw enough. So yeah, let's play Valley Floodcaller now. Then target it with Retraction Helix. Oh no, because I can't tap it until my next turn. No, that's not going to work. Yeah, no, they got me. Yeah, I had enough. I just wasn't quite quick enough getting off the ground there. So I think I want Narset in to shut down their annex draws. Yeah, let's get rid of this town, ain't big enough. And maybe 1 copy of Rona as well. That was tough. We were not quick enough there. Those unholy annexes with the demon wall. That was a neat little interaction the opponent had going there. Costing us 4 life a turn was pretty significant. Stay away from my hand. And we'll start building our combo, so we got 1 bit. That's less good. But at least it gets 2 lands off the top of our library, I suppose. Yep, the highly telegraphed Fatal Push was floating around there. Okay, now we've got Floodcaller as well. That's coming together quite nicely, so I'll play Narset. There's Retraction Helix. I've never been impressed by these lands. The fact that they enter tapped just feels so grim. Haha, your annexes don't work. Yeah, that's not going to help you. At the moment, all it's doing is just costing you life.
Keep an open mind.
Ooh, this is interesting. So, do I want Koi Steelcutter as a kind of proactive thing, or stock up to potentially rebuild my combo if they interact with it? I think I want stock up. I think I'm just going to pass the turn here and see what they do. Okay. Do they have a Fatal Push is the question. Or do I just animate Mutavault and just have 2 creatures going? I suppose that doesn't really solve my problem if they have a Fatal Push. So I think what I want to do is, let's just assume that they don't. We'll bounce the... and cast Consider. And let's animate the Mutavault anyway, just in case. And now we can start doing the thing. It'll also slow down the amount of time it takes. Because I'm guessing they don't have any interaction here. Which is why they're not casting anything. There would be a stick in the play if they did. I could also cast stock up, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. Pick up Koi Steelcutter and Magic Damper. That'll actually help. So yeah. So I think we're done here. Yeah. Arena giving away what the opponent had there was just the way it goes. Okay, back on the draw again. I am going to keep this hand because I have the ability to look for more land. There it is. Okay. Yeah, I'll just take a third land, I think. Don't need either. Don't need the second Floodcaller at this point in the game. I wonder if this is this either could be a mirror match, or they're playing Phoenix. I think I will see their Steel Cutter with one of my own. Obviously, unhelpful that I'm on the draw. No, so this is Phoenix. I do need my combo pieces though, so let's play Rona. Follow it up with Consider. I suppose I could... No, I don't have enough cheap spells to justify keeping another Steel Cutter. They may not have had anything there, but I don't think it was worth the risk. Let's stock up. Vivi plus Retraction Helix does it, I think. Oh no, I still need Mox Amber. Well, if you do ask, the universe will provide. Am I going to attack or just hold back and try and make sure I survive a turn? I think that's the right thing to do in this situation. Hopefully I'll tap out to try and get their Phoenixes back. Is that just one in the bin? Okay, we can calm down. Okay, now I can panic. Am I going to survive this turn, is the question. I don't know. See, if I just put on the play, none of this would be a problem. Oh, you villain. So I'm actually not quite dead here. I'll go to 1, and then we'll kind of figure it out from there. Okay. None of my creatures have haste. This is our problem. It is quite a significant problem. So Vivi, Retraction Helix, there's just no way of doing the loop. So I'm not going to show you what I'm doing. So I want Mystical Dispute, I want Narset, I want Tormod's Crypt, and I want Negate. I'll keep Steel Cutter in on the play. Because they've got a lot of... I might ditch stock up for this matchup. Yeah, they've got a lot of instant speed interaction, which is a challenge. Vivi can grow past it, is the thing, but Rona is the one bit of the combo that can't. Trim a couple of slights. Thunder Trap. Yeah, maybe we just... Well, no, let's get rid of a Rona. It's probably the weaker of our combo pieces in this matchup. Okay, this is decent. We've got quite a bit of the combo already. We've got a Mystical Dispute to protect it if necessary. Double Mox Amber. That's the wrong bit. I could have disputed that, but I don't think they're hunting for a land. I think they're just playing differently. Much rather dispute something like a Treasure Cruise. I could get Vivi down, couldn't I? Just follow it up with a Mox Amber. Because Vivi's not actually essential to what I'm doing here, because I've got the Flood Cooler. That's not actually terrible, to be honest. Because I can just do it again. Ooh, don't you dare have a lightning axe. Ugh. You sicken me. You sicken me with your perfect draws. And now... I was about to get very angry there because I couldn't Mystical Dispute the Treasure Cruise that they were about to play. Let's grab this because we can play it and also hold up Mystical Dispute. Okay, well, you just do you, I suppose. You carry on. Where's my Retraction Helix? Bam! Roasted! Annul that if you can. Laughs villainously. There's really not much I'm doing here, but, you know, neither's the opponent. So I'll just keep doing my thing. Where's my retraction helix is gone? I'm about a third of the way into my deck here. Okay. It's risky. It's risky. But I'm going to assume they don't have anything. Yeah, okay. I think we're pretty safe. Am I going to make you sit through it every time because I can't be bothered to go and find the pause button? I think so. Besides, it's only 10 more loops of the combo. And they've given up anyway. Okay, good. So, how do I want to play this on the draw? I feel like Steel Cutter becomes much worse on the draw. I just can't... I don't think I can keep up with them on that axis. I think I just have to try and go... Maybe Chandra's Defeat for Phoenix's... Let's see if they even still have them. I didn't see any there. Maybe no to Chandra's Defeat. Sleight of Hand back in. Probably at least one stock up. Yeah, I think we just focus on our main combo when we're on the draw. Because I'm not going to be able to steel cut them faster than they can steel cut me. What a format. Okay, it's pretty good actually. Narset does shut them down quite hard. Okay, they may well have a null here, so I'll just Sleight of Hand instead. Okay, that's 2 bits of the combo. Pretends to be shocked.gif. Am I going to play this now? Yeah. They don't have a null. What are they doing here? They're not going to do anything. Neither am I. This villain thinks they're a control deck.
I have practiced against many foes.
Yes.
Meditate and prepare.
So I'm still looking for a Retraction Helix. It's always the thing I'm looking for, isn't it? Where is it? Where's it gone? Why is it not here? I'll take another one of those. Okay, Magic Damper's pretty good. It'll give me some protection. That's fine. It's not essential. It's just nice to have. Okay, well, I'll take Rona, and I will actually take Tormod's Crypt. Because I do want to be able to poke their graveyard at an appropriate moment. which isn't right now because Treasure Cruise doesn't work while I've got Narset on the battlefield. Still no retraction helix, huh?
Put thoughtfulness before action.
Well, we'll just do it again. Damn it, I'll play another one.
If you wish to surrender now, I understand. I have
There we
just
are.
the trick for this.
Okay. Well, we'll pass the turn. We've got Mystical Dispute against anything particularly nasty the opponent might do. Although they're not actually doing anything.
Hone your prowess.
I mean, this feels like the right moment to be trying to go for it. What am I going to discard? Rona, I think. She's just got bad vibes. Okay. It's fine.
We still have much to learn.
See, I reckon between Mystical Dispute and Magic Damper, I can fight through what their attempts to interact with this. I don't think I need Vivi. I think it would just be a waste of mana at this point. Okay, let's start with Magic Damper. Then we'll do Mystical Dispute. Ha ha ha! 3 more matches on the draw. Ugh. Ooh, this is a potentially quite rough one, but I mean, is this more Phoenix? I'm a little confused as to why there's so much Phoenix flying around at the moment. I mean, I get it, it's a popular deck, but maybe it isn't then if the opponent's not. Let's get Rona down. Follow up with a Mox Amber. And a Storm Chaser's talent. So I still need Retraction Helix, but we are getting there. Maybe Thundertrap Trader can help us with that. Oh, it's Lotus Field. Okay. Well, that's fun. Yeah, 2 decks playing past each other. That's just another Mox Amber. Actually, it's not unhelpful in this situation. Let's tap Rona. Let's get Vivi into play. Seems very unlikely the opponent's going to be able to win this turn, because their Thespian stage isn't copying anything of note. Okay. Okay, so they've got a Lotus field. They can now copy the... So I'm on a bit of a clock now. Why are my retraction helixes always just hidden away somewhere? Let's take Valley Floodcaller and land. Nah. Well, I suppose it's another spell. Don't think I can quite do them enough damage here. No, I'd need to be able to cast one more thing. Now, maybe if I put Valley Floodcaller down earlier, that might have worked, actually. That's slightly awkward. Let's put him into play now. See if the opponent can win this turn. But then if I played Valley Floodcaller, I wouldn't have been able to cast so many other things. Oh, I just don't know. Maybe if I kept Mutavault around. I don't know, it's tough. Again, if I'd been on the play, but I've just been on the draw all of the time. Why does that keep happening to me? I feel like if you're forced to play against Lotus Field, there should be some clause where you get to be on the play. Doesn't really seem reasonable to force people to sit through this nonsense and not be on the play. Because Lotus Field is probably just a slightly faster combo deck than this one. I fundamentally don't approve of this being away, of just being there the whole time. Oh, you'll lose if you do that, won't you? Oh no, they've got hidden strings. Yeah, no, fair enough. They still had a mana left over. Well, it's still possible they might whiff. Doesn't seem very likely at this point. Okay, I think I've seen enough. So, how should we do this? Tormod's Crypt, I think, is fine. Negate Mystical Dispute. Narset. Corey Steelcutter's fine. We don't really need Magic Damper. Rona is okay. Take out the Thundertrap Trainers and the Stock Ups. If I'm casting Stock Up, I don't feel like I'm winning, to be honest, against Lotus Field. Okay, this is slightly better. Yeah, I'm coming across Lotus Field a lot more recently on the ladder as well, which I don't really approve of. Okay, well, Vivi is going to take us into some quite powerful turns, but whether it's quick enough, I don't know. So they can Lotus Field this turn. I really need a card draw spell, just something to be able to get the engine going. There we go. That's not bad. Doesn't really do the thing, unfortunately. And I can't... Yeah, I'm just going to have to waste my Retraction Helix here just to... Oh no, no, I can use Vivi and keep Mystical Dispute going. Thank you, Auto Tapper. You actually did something useful there. Well done. And now I've got lethal next turn with Mystical Dispute for a blue spell. Actually, I don't quite have lethal next turn without another spell, actually. That's not true. Don't know why I said it. I was lying! But, yes, Vivi does actually, with the mana, let me go and get using Stormchaser's talent. God, it's been a rollercoaster, this whole conversation. I've still got 2 mana left over. That's super annoying. Do I try Mystical Dispute it anyway? Yes. Oh, bore off. I'm still not sure I see how this works though. While that thespian stage is still a thespian stage. So they got dig through time, presumably. So they're going to go looking for another hidden strings. But they're still back in the same position by doing that. Yeah, Vizier will do it. But again, still only got one Lotus field. They've just got no way of getting another land into play here. So, like, yeah. They're still not gaining any mana. Okay, that'll keep him alive for a turn. At least with my combo deck, I do the thing and you die. This is just like... What are we doing here, people? Bleh. This will probably do it for them. Yeah, as I say, this combo deck is probably just a bit too slow to fight what they're doing. Which is annoying, because what they're doing is so much more annoying than what I'm doing. Like, this... It's just obnoxious. But they do only have 2 cards in their hand, so it is possible they've run out of stuff to do. I mean, they almost certainly haven't. They've probably got a pore over the pages, but, you know. Is that all 4 hidden strings? What an absolute bloody villain. How dare you? Alright, whatever. Yeah, so we just couldn't quite get it done there. The opponent was quite fortunate with the cards they drew. Yeah. Nah, I'm not going to sweat it. It's Lotus Field, it's annoying. So yes, I think I'll save my gems for when Edge of Eternities comes out. Knights of Round. But we will open the golden pack, because that's always good fun. Not a huge amount to speak of there, but fills up the collection. So yeah, that was Izzet Rona combo. Felt pretty good. Obviously struggled against a different combo deck. Not necessarily surprising. Yeah, maybe you need some more interaction for something like Lotus Field, maybe a couple of Damping Spheres or something. But then Lotus Field has answers for Damping Sphere now, with Into the Flood more. I don't think that card's what it used to be. But it might slow them down enough in a deck like this that you can do your thing. Or Narset, maybe to stop them drawing cards. Yeah, we did put Narset in, but it wasn't in our opening hand. Yeah, interesting. Not bad. Certainly more resilient than the mono blue Helix, just because Vivi adds so much more punch, and so does Corey Steelcutter. So I think moving into Izzet for a deck like that probably does make sense. Yeah, not bad at all. Anyway, here's the deck list all one more time, and it's in the description as usual, so let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. Contribute to the coffee account if you're able to, and I'll see you next time.